IPMNation.com.
Can you hear me now? This is Q.
Finally, we did it. All right, Q, welcome. Can you hear me?
Okay, well, listen, I've been listening to your show here, and I got two words for you, two words that can summarize why you're on the completely wrong track. And those two words, deep state. What you need to do is, people make fun of this guy, but he's on the right track with the Bilderbergs, the Rothschilds. You need to listen to Alex Jones because he's going to explain to you what's really happening in America now.
Okay. Well, what's happening, Q? I'm concerned.
Yeah. Well, what's happening is we're spending a lot of money on weapons. This is the way it works. I'm going to explain just 1% of the deep state to you.
Okay.
There's a threat out there, that's perceived, mostly because the elites of this world, the Rothschilds, the Bilderbergs, you know who I'm talking about. They have meetings all over the world, Davos, they're everywhere, and they've decided they want to make some money. So they get all the executives together for Boeing aircraft or Lockheed, and the government gives out phony contracts. These companies are making billions of dollars of profit to develop weapon systems that don't even work very well, but the taxpayer underwrites these weapon systems, and then they're sold off to other countries, mainly to guard them against what the United States perceives as an enemy. This is $1 trillion business. And it doesn't really matter whether we have treaties or whether we don't have treaties. Nobody that's got nuclear weapons is actually crazy enough to use them, except the United States, of course, which used them in 1945. And so, we destroyed Japan. It was actually already destroyed. We had firebombed nearly every major city. And you know who's responsible for that? They weren't trying to save America. This is the deep state. This is the Rothschilds. And they made tons of money. And what did you make? You made bupkis, Matt. You made nothing.
That is true. I mean, I think that it even says that on my bank statement. What about?
Yeah, you're not in their club, and you never will be.
Can't we?
They got all the money. They own all the banks. They own all the good real estate. They own the senators, the congressmen. They own the president of the United States, except for Donald Trump. See, that's why they're going after Donald Trump with that phony New York Times and that completely dishonest Washington Post owned by Jeff Bezos, who's ripping off the U.S. Postal Service.
But why can't we do something about the deep state? I have an idea, Q. What if, let's find out when Bohemian Grove is happening, and let's get a bunch of people together. We'll all go to Bohemian Grove. We'll have like tasers or something, and we'll just start tasing these people and telling them to cut it out.
Oh, you'll never get to these people. You will never get to them.
Just got to get them when they're all in one place.
Yeah, well, what place is that? Where are you going to get the Bilderbergs? Where are you going to get the Rothschilds? And those meetings that Kissinger goes to, and the CEO of Chase Manhattan Bank. Where are you going to find these people?
Well,
they're mostly deep underground in bunkers, protecting themselves. They don't care if there's a nuclear war. They're 2.5 miles below the surface of the earth. Yeah. And it's not just the military-industrial complex. Don't forget the medical-industrial complex. Yeah, there's plenty of money there, right? That's about 5 times bigger than the military-industrial complex. You been to a hospital lately?
Well,
you got to mortgage your house to get into that place. Got to give them the title to your house.
That actually can be true in some cases.
Yeah. And don't get cancer.
Right.
Because that's about a $700,000 bill.
Yes.
And those new cancer medications, they're not cheap.
Yeah.
And guess what? That Medicare Part D, it ain't going to pay. It only works on Tuesdays between 2 and 3.
Oh. Well, is there a way that we can, maybe infect the deep state with something and get rid of the deep state that way?
Oh, no. The only person that's going to get rid of the deep state, the failing New York Times, the dishonest Washington Post, and the media, the fake media that just can't tell the truth. The only person who's going to take care of that is Donald J. Trump. While you mock him on your TV show, you're making fun of all the wrong people.
No,
I think you're some kind of a Democrat,
no.
some kind of a liberal.
Or
they call themselves progressive now. Yeah, progress forward to yesterday. That's their motto.
Well, I do think that, our president, I mean, he does have his foibles, you have to admit.
Well, you mean telling the truth? Yeah, that's a crime in this world, telling the truth. Yeah, let's face it, we need some kind of barrier. He's given up trying to build that 50-foot wall. He's going to settle for something else, but they won't give him an inch. You know why? Pelosi, she's part of the deep state. She's a multimillionaire.
Oh, yes, she is. Yes, but
Trump, he's lost a tremendous amount of money being president of the United States. He's sacrificed his money accumulated over a lifetime to try to dig America out of the hole that the deep state has put us in. I mean, think about it, Matt. What is your future going to be like? Yeah. And what happens when all the baby boomers, finally retire? And 85 million people are on Social Security. What happens to that fund? It's in the red now. Yes. They don't care. Deep state doesn't care.
But
that just gives the hoi polloi in our society a little hope that they're going to eventually be able to retire. Retire to what? The deep state has taken everything. They've stolen everything. $22 trillion in debt, $100 trillion in unfunded liability for these entitlements. They know how to subtract. They know what they've done. They've stolen the money. And you still have hope that you're going to have a decent retirement. Guess what? You're not. You're not going to have a decent retirement. You're going to be on the street. You're going to be on Elm Street. Because you're not going to have a place to live. You're going to have to defecate right there in front of the office.
In front of the office? That's not a good place to defecate.
Yeah, well, you think they're going to give you the key to the bathroom? You don't even have the key to the bathroom in the building you're in.
Well, that's true. Fred Bonig from the Daily Ripple in the Facebook Live chat says, better get a lot of immigrants green cards so they can pay into Social Security. What say you, Q?
Oh, well, that's a big fallacy. This is a guy that doesn't know what's going on. Another dilettante in the political arena. He needs to watch more of Alex Jones. Let me tell you what.
Yes.
If you start giving immigrants, green cards and amnesty and everything else that all those Democrats want to give them, the liberals, they're not going to ever pay much into the Social Security system or the Medicare system. They're not going to pay. They'll be eligible for all kinds of welfare benefits because they got a fourth grade education. They got no particular skills. You know what they're good at? Picking apples. Yeah. How much money does an apple picker put into the Social Security and Medicare trust funds? Tell me that. Tell me that, John Bonig of the Daily Ripple or whatever you're from.
But we do need apple pickers, don't we? Otherwise, the apples will be very expensive.
Yeah, well, if they get expensive, don't buy them. Eat an orange.
Oh, well, oranges too.
Yeah, no, they shake those trees with a machine now. Those oranges just fall off. But yeah, they don't care anymore. Yeah, have you eaten an orange up here? They're not sweet. They're not like the oranges used to be.
Yes,
yeah,
but
they're sour. They might as well be selling lemons.
But
the deep state don't care. The hoi polloi buys that stuff. They buy it.
But how do you know? How do you know Donald Trump himself isn't part of the deep state?
Oh no, they would never let him in.
Why is that?
First of all, he's Goyim. He never converted.
Oh.
Yeah, so he's not getting in.
Okay.
You got to have certain qualifications to be part of the elite, and Donald Trump doesn't have them.
Oh, okay.
He's got a few hotels, he's got a few golf courses. He's done pretty well for himself.
Yes, he has. Yes.
And he got a few connections in Eastern Europe, that have helped him out from time to time.
Oh.
Not that the deep state's going to leave him alone. They're going to try and expose everything he ever did. They're going to twist it and turn it and make it look like he's some kind of criminal when he's a hero of the United States. He's America's hero, which is why he got elected.
Yes.
And why he defeated that evil queen, that evil witch of the Democratic Party. I hear she's going to run again for president. She just never gives up.
That's right. Well, hey, Trump did say about her in one of the debates that was something that he liked about her, that she never gives up. She's a fighter.
Yeah, she's a fighter, but not like Trump. I mean, Hillary Clinton. I mean, it's laughable. I mean, this woman with her phony foundation, extorting money from all these groups that she helped, the Secretary of State. I thought I have to admit Trump was right. He wanted those emails, and I don't care if they came from Russia. I don't care where they come from. I want to see them. I want to see the content in those emails. I want to see the deals she cooked up with those people involved in that rescue down in Haiti, the cell phone contracts, the phony construction projects to build houses for the poor. Yeah, that always sounds good on TV. Yeah. So, they don't want to make too many waves. They let the deep state get control, and they've got everything. They got all the money.
Right.
Every Japanese person doesn't have any money.
Well.
Yeah, so you don't understand what's going on.
I guess not. When was
the last time you listened to Alex Jones? And why aren't you playing clips of Alex Jones on this station?
Well, he's been deplatformed. It's he just doesn't have the reach that he once did.
Now, didn't that surprise you a little bit that he got thrown off these platforms? Didn't that surprise you?
It did surprise me.
So-called free speech in America. It's crap. It's crap. He was getting too close. He was getting too close to the Bilderbergs. They started getting nervous.
Well, do you think he's nervous at all? I mean, he's very close with Roger Stone, and Roger Stone has now been indicted.
Yeah, they've all sacrificed themselves for the rest of us, trying to overthrow the elites in this country that have everything. Yeah, they got everything. We don't have much. We got some place to live if we're lucky. In your case, you'll be on the street.
Defecating, in front of the office. Yeah.
Elm Street will be your toilet.
Yes.
As it is for so many people now. I don't know what to say, Matt. You're worried about these nuclear agreements. I don't get it.
Yes.
I don't get it. I mean, think of the ways the deep state takes from us so they can have more.
Right.
I mean, a tax is going down. Every time I look at my tax bill for my real estate, it's going up. If I want to buy a pack of cigarettes, there's a lot of tax there, and that keeps going up. And gas tax, and liquor tax, and beer tax. And then there's your cell phone tax. Have you taken a look at what that is? And what about the cable taxes? There's taxes everywhere you look. We had a revolution in this country because of tiny taxes imposed by Britain, and people started firing guns. But America, they hate guns, especially progressives like yourself, Democrats. They want to take our guns away.
Well, I have no problem. I mean, Q, are you armed?
Of course I'm armed. Are you crazy?
Huh.
They're going to be coming for me.
Well.
They probably have this phone call recorded somewhere in NSA, in Arizona or Utah, in their deep data banks.
Yes.
They got every phone call. They got every text. They got every email. And, if they don't have that stuff, they'll turn your phone on in your pocket when you've turned it off, and they'll be listening to you. I heard about that scandal when Apple finally got found out.
Oh, yes.
People can listen to conversations even when the phone isn't answered. What is that?
I heard Alex Jones said they can now...
That's the deep state, pal. They're watching. It's Big Brother. Get used to it.
Alex Jones said they can now send you a text message and make your phone explode on command.
Yeah, isn't that convenient, Yeah. Find out who's going to be the troublemaker, who's going to be getting on a radio show exposing the truth, who's going to swear allegiance to Donald Trump, the only true American we've got in Washington, D.C. Look at those congressmen. Do you respect any of those people, those senators? Do you respect these people?
Well, I can't say that
a little bit, and it's only 50% of the time, is Lindsey Graham.
Oh.
Because he stands up for Donald Trump.
Oh, yeah, well.
Mitch McConnell, he don't stand up for Trump.
That's true. That's true.
And, of course, his wife works for Trump, supposedly. So that's another $200,000 that goes into his car. He's part of the deep state. Doesn't matter what political party, actually. These people are all owned and operated subsidiaries of the elites.
But is Trump? Has he unwittingly surrounded himself with the deep state?
Well, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? I mean,
he can't do it all himself.
He finally exposed them yesterday. CIA and FBI and the Director of National Intelligence, some octogenarian that's been in Washington forever, contradicting Trump the way they did about Iran. We know what Iran is. We know what they are.
What are they?
What are they?
Yeah, what do you...
They're criminals.
Oh, okay.
They're criminals, and they're Muslims. And they want to launch an invasion into the United States, just like they're invading Europe.
Mm-hmm.
It's all very clear. I don't know why you can't see it.
Well, I mean, it's hard to keep track of all the invasions between the Muslims and the caravan.
That's true. We got the rapists coming in from Mexico. That's a problem.
Yeah.
And what's your problem with a wall? Really, honestly, what's wrong with a wall?
I just think my idea was better. I think
a velvet cord. Are you serious?
A velvet rope. People respect the rope. When people see a velvet rope, they know I can't go in there. And maybe they'll talk to. We could have some bouncers. Maybe one at each stanchion, and it'd be a lot cheaper than a border patrol and drones and all that mess. You just have a nice velvet rope.
I hear Trump. He's going to try to guard that border with another couple of thousand military people. They're not going to be any good. They can't fire their guns. You know who we ought to send down there? To guard that border?
Who?
3 words.
Okay.
3 letters. The NFL. That's right.
Oh.
Now those guys know how to get something done. And they're big.
Right, that's true. They
can guard the border. And you want to have your velvet rope, you can have that. But my idea is a little bit different. I don't really care about a 50-foot wall. It sounds kind of expensive to me.
It does.
What I'd like to see is coils of razor wire, 10 feet high, 30 feet across. And underneath that razor wire would be mines detonated by vibration that would explode downward in case anyone was trying to tunnel underneath that razor wire, and explode upward in case somebody tried to come across.
Yeah.
Now that would stop this invasion of Mexican rapists and the M14 or 15 or whatever they are. I don't happen to ever see one of those guys, but I know they're out there. You know why? Donald Trump told me. And Donald Trump would never tell a lie. He's like George Washington.
He really is.
Oh, yeah. You want to hear the truth, you listen to Donald Trump. And just turn on the TV. He's on there all the time. He's sending his messages, sometimes in code.
Oh, right, yes.
Sometimes you have to reinterpret it. He's not saying it exactly like he means it. He's got to disguise the meaning.
Well, that's why he repeats himself a lot, right?
Well, that's also a code,
Oh, okay.
So, let me just finish this call with everybody attacks Donald Trump. It's the thing to do now. The whole world's attacking him. But Donald Trump is there for you, and he's there for me. And he's going to stay there as long as he can. And he's going to expose the deep state, the New York Times, the Washington Post, MSNBC, and CNN especially. Yeah.
Well,
with that Costa guy,
With what guy?
Very rude individual.
What
Low
guy?
IQ, too.
What guy on CNN?
What's his name? Costa on CNN? Isn't that his name?
Jim Acosta. Yes.
Yeah. Low IQ individual.
Yes.
Yeah, shouldn't be allowed. And, ever since Trump threw him out, we haven't heard a peep out of him. He learned his lesson. You got to deal with these adversaries with force.
Right.
You got to be strong. You can't look weak. Like so many, like my former attorney general. I had to get rid of him.
Oh, Jeff Sessions? Yes.
Jeff Sessions.
Yes.
Weak.
Yes.
Weak. And that stupid accent. I'm not buying that accent. That guy went to very good colleges. He don't have to talk that way.
Right. Well, that's probably how he kept winning re-election, though, is talking that way.
Yeah. I guess you don't think too much of people from that state, huh?
Oh, I'm not saying that.
I think they're a little stupid, right?
Well, some of them, yeah.
Yeah, you're the only smart one.
Well, I'm not from the South, so I'm not the only one. Yeah, I'm
you got to watch your back around here, and you got to watch out for the deep state. And listen, Alex Jones is on radio, and just because you can't catch him on Google, which is basically just a proxy for the deep state, along with Apple iPhones and Samsung, they're all in it together. You can still get it on radio. You know how to tune into a radio show, don't you? You're on the radio. You know how that works.
Yes. Samsung is Japanese, isn't it? Isn't that a Japanese company?
Not.
Oh,
the ignorance from the progressives blows my mind.
I thought maybe
blows my mind. But listen, I can't continue this. I'm talking to an ignoramus on the air, and I think I'm going to switch back onto Fox News so I can listen to Trump's latest interview with the New York Times. I don't know why he bothered.
All right, Q. Well, thank you for the call.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. All right, so Q leaves us. If you would like to call, you know what? I'll actually tell you what. Well, yeah, I'll go ahead and give the number. We're using I actually have my cell phone plugged into the board because the phone line isn't working. So my cell phone is 603-344-6491. So call that number. Fred in the Facebook live chat says, the plastic sticks you use in grocery lines, have you ever reached across one and taken anything? Nope. Have you ever seen anyone do it? Nope. The international symbol of keep your hands off my stuff seems to work. People come from all over the world, and everyone gets it. So those plastic sticks instead of a velvet rope, Fred, is that what you're saying? Because that probably would be cheaper than a velvet rope. But I'm just thinking the velvet rope would be nice because it would kind of class up the joint. You know what I mean? And with a president like Donald John Trump, I think, I think we should have a classy place. You know what I mean? Like I said, the velvet rope with stanchions, holding it up that could be painted red, white, and blue, and I think it would be great. And then, like I said, you just hire some bouncers, forget the Border Patrol, they just, they hang out on the weekends and kind of watch the rope. I think it would be great. And I think it would be very exciting. And I dare say, I think it would be much cheaper than a wall or steel slats or these, now these plastic sticks would be even cheaper, but we can spend a little bit of money, Fred. Come on. We are America. We have plenty of money. We just print more. Remember, Dick Cheney said deficits don't matter, so we can spend a little bit. Fred says, sure, and only let in the pretty girls, huh? Yeah. Preferably. What's wrong with that? I don't know. Can you even say things like that anymore in this era? Obviously I'm kidding, but everyone's so uptight now. Well, it's Fred's fault. Fred, you started it. It's your fault. You lead me not into temptation there, Fred, with this humor. These broads get all upset now, and I'm kidding. Don't everybody get upset with me. It's a joke. See, now that I've done that, I feel like I have to say something very politically correct to kind of make up for it. Yeah, your culture is not a costume. How's that? There. That's something nice and PC that should erase the other things I said.
IPMNation.com